He's a bit of a hippie, takes pride in hippiness, sort of enjoys pseudoscience, and thinks I'm just being incredibly close-minded when I talk about the fact maybe chakras don't exist. And he's not easygoing about it, and neither am I. So it's like clash. Everything that's wrong with me that I've described over the course of these videos, like everything I've said, he also has, but slightly more, in my opinion. So it's a clash. My youngest brother is much more similar to me, a little bit. Well, no, they're both similar to me, but he's more easygoing, easier to get on with, a little less hot-headed. Pretty cool kid, although he's been away in Asia for a year, so I don't actually know what he is anymore, but I guess I'll see him next month when he comes back, and I'll be able to figure it out. Hope that was informative. I'm really glad that you, a 14-year-old girl, definitely a 14-year-old girl, definitely, came to me with this question. There's a lot of people on the internet who would fob you off and say, no, it's perfectly natural and fine to do that. But I'm here to tell you right now that it's really, really not. It's deviant behaviour that will land you nowhere other than away from God, probably involving a fair amount of burning fire. I don't know if you've heard of hell, but it's certainly where you'll go. Look, it's another of these questions that's definitely genuine from somebody naive and a girl. Just going to break it to you right now. If you do that, there's no repentance and no let up. Enjoy your eternity in the underworld. My brother stuffed it and kept on stuffing it and kept on stuffing it until there were no folds or creases. It's just a gigantic, expanded walrus, just hob, sitting in pride of place in the Horniman Museum, surrounded by a lot of other cool things. So that's a really great place. The Booth Museum in Brighton is perhaps the only good thing about Brighton. And this guy called William Booth shot a lot of things all throughout his life and had them taxidermied, and the Booth Museum is filled with his samples, mostly birds, and it was great. I really liked it there. I'd like to go back, but I don't really want to go back to Brighton. Another really great museum in London is the Hunterian Museum, which has a lot of things like elephant uteri and baby fetuses, just stacked up in glass cases throughout, and it's fucking awesome. Those are my favourite museums. The fact you're calling it Jack of Corner means either you were there, or it's been mentioned by me in some other scenario. I don't think I called it that in my VE response, so that's interesting. It happened, and I accepted it. I accepted it as what it was, and it was Jack of Corner. I could have tried to fight it, but instead I welcomed it, and it was fucking hilarious. I like to think not. I've survived this long without it. I believe your hypothesis of its future is quite correct. Don't like it, don't want to partake in it. There are some things I know I've missed out on, one of which I found out today, which is that by now I would have, if I'd had Facebook, be informed and thus have completed a set of instructions. You open a calculator, the bog standard basic Casio allowed in exams calculator, draw with a pencil a graphite line on the circuit board, and ta-da, you have a seemingly impotent calculator that can actually differentiate, integrate, perform matrix operations, and all manner of things, solve quadratic equations, unbeknownst to anybody. But I can now look up online, and so I found that out by interfacing with a human, which is admittedly not one of my strong points, but I did it. Yeah? And now I know. Now I know, alright? So hopefully I don't need any Facebooks in my life and can continue to be unmolested by it. I feel like getting it now would just be admitting defeat, and that's not something I do very often. I agree with you. These hands are fuck weird. Some people seem unfazed by them. I try and get across. I try with various amount of tools at my disposal, just contortioning them, making them weird, measuring them against their own hand. But just some people fail to... I think maybe they're just being incredibly polite, and that's something I don't understand on any level. And as such, I'm just continuing to try and prove it to them that I've got weird fucking hands, and they're just politely, no, Rose, they're fine. They're not fine, they're weird as fuck. Although Ripley's Believe It or Not sort of offends me on every level. All I know about it, I think I've seen it on TV, but what stands out to me most is their museum in Piccadilly Circus, and I walk in there and it's just an assault of obnoxious bulbosity, and it just disgusts me on every level. So I won't be donating my hands to those people. The Horniman Museum will no doubt have a space probably already set up from the first time they saw me walk in, so it can be dealt with in that way. The moon is up, the water's still, so arm in arm we go up the hill. I will forgive the past and forget it too. I will let my love return to you. I know you're trying, I know you can make a lover out of a bitter man. I will forgive the past and forget it too. I'm not so foolish as to lose you. Ruffle. I won a Whitney Houston vinyl for my great dancing at a school disco when I was 9. I also won £60 Amazon voucher. I think those are the only 2 things I've ever won. I read a lot of American opinion and just came across a lot of American opinion on this matter. Just from being on the internet, obviously. And it's quite, just really, I don't know. If it was an English villain, you wouldn't see the same sort of reaction. I think it's quite hilarious that everyone's seeing it as a great success and reflection of the greatness of the USA when it's taken them 10 fucking years to find him, and killing him will do literally nothing, I think, to stop terrorism. In fact, it'll probably just stir the ashes and put a few more logs, a bit of coal on the top, and then maybe just pour some petrol. For good measure. I don't know. Regardless, I think the sort of celebrations are something I completely can't relate to. Probably because I'm not fucking American. Probably shouldn't have said fucking in there, because that made it seem like I was saying bad things about Americans. Which I'm clearly not. I'm president of the Jacking Off Society. And come on, it's always funny. That's me laughing at it, because it's always funny. I see where you're coming from with this, but I think most people were just happy that they had a day off, and maybe some people did care about a wedding, but that might just highlight the difference between the countries that I was sort of angling for. We get jolly and clap when somebody marries and you run down the street shouting fuck yeah when some dude with a turban gets shot. If you think the fact that me and Darbo are in love and getting married makes me gay, then I don't even know what to say. You're fucked up. You messed up. You're fucked up. Messed and fucked. Equal measure. One exam was meh. Kramer's rule is a dick. The other exam was, oh, fuck, shit, no, oh, no, so draw from that what you will. But what I'd more like to talk about, I'd like to talk about something. There's a kid who's cheating in every single exam, and he sits near me, and I watch him cheat. With a blown mind, just like, what? You have brought in a piece of A4 paper which is crammed full of notes that you keep in your pocket and you bring out and you put in between your question papers as you're writing and someone's walking by, or you just hold the question papers like a bit of paper that is not nearby for me to show you up slightly so it's tilted so they wouldn't be able to see it, and you're just looking at it, looking at the questions. Oh, what relates? You're doing that. Not you, personally, but the guy who's cheating in every exam.